Hello and welcome back to Today in the NBA, where today I'm going to be going over the Memphis Grizzlies past regular season, postseason, what they've done so far in free agency and the off-season, some possible outcomes for the rest of free agency and the off-season, and looking at some possible outcomes for them next season. Now to start off, last year the Memphis Grizzlies finished as the second seed in the West with a record of 51-31. They were really good on the defensive end of the ball and also pretty solid on the offensive end of the ball. Offensive rating for them was 114.7, 11th in the league, and their defensive rating was an impressive 110.7, which left them third in the league. Now, with the moves they made this offseason, namely getting rid of Dillon Brooks and trading for Marcus Smart, I think that this team could probably end up being better than what they were last season, which is very, very impressive, especially considering how good they were last year. So their depth chart next year for them, on ESPN here, it says it's Marcus Smart, Desmond Bane, John Conchar, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Steven Adams starting. And off the bench, Derrick Rose, Luke Kennard, David Roddy, Santi Aldama and Xavier Tillman. Now this is obviously going to be changed once Ja Morant gets back from his 25-game suspension, which as we all know was for the Instagram Live incident that I can't say the name of, unless I want to get banned on YouTube, which I definitely don't. But hopefully, when Ja Morant comes back, he's much better. Hopefully his attitude's a little bit better too after he served his suspension. Hopefully he's a little bit more mature. But I think that the Marcus Smart trade was actually pretty solid. I think they probably gave up a little bit too much to get Marcus Smart. I think that Tyus Jones was great for them last season and the season before, while Ja Morant dealt with all of his issues off the court and his injuries. But I think Marcus Smart will be better, and overall I think the team has got better. I think getting rid of Dillon Brooks and bringing in Marcus Smart will hopefully help to work on this team's attitude. I know that it's a bit of a weird word to use, attitude, to explain fully grown men when I'm still only 18 myself, but still. I think that Marcus Smart is going to come in and help set a good culture for this team, especially being able to leave his mark while Ja Morant is away from the team, sorting out his issues, I should say. So when Ja Morant gets back, I think the depth chart for them is going to look like starting Ja Morant, Marcus Smart, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson and Steven Adams, and then off the bench, Derrick Rose, Luke Kennard, John Conchar probably, maybe David Roddy, who knows, Santi Aldama, and then probably Xavier Tillman coming off the bench. I think that this is a fine lineup. I think some of their picks that they've had in the last few years, namely Zaire Williams and Gregory Jackson, Kenneth Lofton Jr. too maybe, could definitely see some minutes next year. I think Kenneth Lofton he's an odd player to sort of talk about, as he's really, really good when he's sort of the star out there, and he's pretty solid as an ancillary piece, but I don't really think that it's easy to talk about the impact that he brings on the court, as it's really hard to quantify, especially considering the small amount of games that he has played, but he's played really well when he's played those games. I just don't think that it would be too conducive to winning. I think Gregory Jackson could potentially be a great floor spacer at the 4, maybe coming in the case of an injury to maybe Santi Aldama, Steven Adams, Xavier Tillman, Jaren Jackson, who knows. Zaire Williams, however, I could definitely see coming in instead of John Conchar or David Roddy coming off the bench. Who knows, maybe Marcus Smart runs the backup point guard and Zaire Williams starts at the small forward if he's having a good season. This team has the sort of lineup where it's very subject to change, and I think that they could be this way or that way. Just completely depends on who's playing well at the time, and Taylor Jenkins definitely seems like that sort of coach. Now my off-season grade for the Grizzlies, I'm going to give them a solid B to a B+. I don't think they got a lot better, but I definitely think they got a little bit better. I was actually a big fan of the fact that they got rid of Dillon Brooks and brought in Marcus Smart. I know it wasn't in the same trade, but still. The only thing I'm a little bit disappointed in is they had to give up Tyus Jones. I would have liked to see them try and do something like a sign-in trade, trying to trade away Dillon Brooks and try and get back Marcus Smart or someone else that could maybe fill his role. Overall, though, I think it was a pretty good off-season. I did like the Gregory Jackson pick. I can't quite remember who their first-round pick was, if they had one, though, so sorry about that. Anyway, my season prediction for them, I think they're going to finish as the 2 seed yet again with the exact same record of 51-31. I think they'll be a solid team, but I still think that they are going to be getting bounced in the first round by the New Orleans Pelicans. I think that while Ja Morant's away and Marcus Smart's taking a bit of time to adjust to the new team, I think they'll be not great but not bad. I think they'll probably be at around the 6th seed by the time Ja comes back, but I think that in the West all the standings are going to be so close that they'll definitely be able to push up all the way to the 2 seed, and I think they will be absolutely amazing once Ja Morant gets back. Might take him 2 or 3 games to maybe get back into playing form, get back into the rhythm of things, but still I think that he'll be great when he's playing. I think Marcus Smart will fit in almost seamlessly, pretty much just filling up that Dillon Brooks role. In saying that though, I don't think they're going to have any All-NBA or All-Star players, as I do think Ja Morant's suspension will weigh heavily into what the voters think, but I do think both Marcus Smart and Jaren Jackson Jr. will make it onto the all-defensive first team, as they're both great defenders. Anyway, that does it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave it a like. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you really enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing, as I do post daily NBA content, so it is worth keeping up to date on. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.